My name is Dr. Austin Tay, and you are listening to Psych Chat. Welcome to episode 49 of Psych Chat, where we share tips on navigating the complex world of work. I'm your host, Dr. Austin Tay. Welcome to all new listeners of this podcast. Remember to subscribe to catch up on previous episodes and get notified when new ones are released. And to our existing subscribers, welcome back. Leave a review if you are enjoying the show. Your feedback helps us create content that matters to you. In today's episode, we are delving into workplace envy, a complex emotion that can either drive success or create toxic work environments. According to recent research by Lee and colleagues, around 46% of employees admit to withholding knowledge from colleagues, and workplace envy plays a significant role in this behavior. But before we label envy entirely negative, let's explore its fascinating dual nature. Part 1. The two faces of workplace envy. First, let's understand what workplace envy really is. According to research by Tai and colleagues, envy is a pain caused by seeing others' good fortune or achievements. It's the emotional response we have when we compare ourselves to others and feel we are coming up short. But here's where it gets interesting. Recent research published in Behavioral Science by Su and Chen shows us there are two distinctive types of envy: benign and malicious. Let me break this down in a way that might resonate with your own workplace experiences. Benign envy, the motivator. Think of benign envy as your internal motivational coach. When you experience this type of envy, you admire your colleagues' achievements. You think, I want to achieve that too. You're inspired to improve yourself. You maintain positive relationships. You're more likely to seek knowledge and learning opportunities. A great example is when you see a colleague give an amazing presentation. Instead of resenting them, you feel motivated to improve your own presentation skills. Malicious envy, the saboteur. This is the darker side of envy that we need to watch out for. When experiencing malicious envy, you feel hostile toward successful colleagues. You might wish for their failure. You're more likely to withhold information. You might engage in social undermining. You experience negative emotions that affect your work. For instance, you might find yourself forgetting to share important information with a successful colleague or speaking negatively about them to others. The impact of each type. Research by González Navarro and colleagues show some fascinating differences in how these types of envy affect our behavior. Benign envy leads to increased workplace innovation, better knowledge sharing, improved team collaboration, higher personal growth, enhanced workplace relationships. Malicious envy results in knowledge-hiding behaviors, reduced team performance, increased workplace conflict, lower job satisfaction, and higher turnover intentions. Now here's something really interesting. The research by Lee and colleagues found that about 46% of employees admit to hiding knowledge from colleagues, often due to envious feelings. But understanding whether we are experiencing benign or malicious envy is the first step in managing these feelings productively. Part 2. The impact of envy on workplace performance. Let's explore how these two types of envy specifically impact workplace performance. Benign envy's positive effects. Number 1. Increased motivation for self-improvement. Research shows that when employees experience benign envy, they're more likely to set higher performance goals, seek professional development opportunities, engage in positive workplace behaviors, contribute to knowledge sharing, foster collaborative relationships. Number 2. Enhanced work performance. The research by Su and Chen shows that employees experiencing benign envy tend to work harder to achieve similar success, develop new skills and competencies, seek constructive feedback, improve their work quality, maintain higher engagement levels. Number 3. Organizational benefits. Organizations see significant benefits when benign envy is present. There will be increased innovation, better knowledge flow, improved team performance, higher employee engagement, stronger organizational learning. Malicious envy's negative impact. Number 1. Individual level effects. There will be decreased job satisfaction, reduced work engagement, increased stress levels, lower self-esteem, higher turnover intentions. Number 2. Team level effects. There will be reduced collaboration, increased conflict, knowledge hoarding, decreased trust, poor team performance. Number 3, organizational level effects. There will be reduced innovation capability, lower productivity, increased turnover, toxic work environment, and decreased organizational learning. Part 3, the generational factor in workplace envy. One of the most fascinating aspects of workplace envy research comes from recent studies examining generational differences. According to Su and Chan's 2023 research, how people experience and express envy varies significantly across different age groups. Let me break this down for you. First, let's understand how researchers classify these generations in the workplace. New generation are those born after 1992. Non-new generation are those born before 1992. Now, this classification is particularly relevant in the context of China's economic reforms, but the findings have broader implications for workplaces globally. Now, their key search findings were, number 1, new generation characteristics, higher educational levels, enhanced learning aptitude, stronger innovative spirit, greater emphasis on competence and growth, more likely to channel envy into self-improvement, and stronger tendency toward promotion-focused behavior. Number 2, non-new generation characteristics. Greater emphasis on status and independence, focus on preserving existing achievements, stronger tendency toward prevention-focused behavior, more concerned with job security, higher likelihood of knowledge-hiding behaviors when experiencing envy. What's particularly interesting is how these generations respond to workplace envy. New generation responds to envy, more likely to transform envy into motivation, higher tendency to engage in knowledge sharing, greater focus on collective competence, more likely to seek growth opportunities, better at using benign envy productively. For the non-new generation response to envy, they are more focused on protecting current status, higher tendency toward knowledge hiding, greater emphasis on maintaining existing achievements, more likely to experience prevention-focused responses, stronger correlation between malicious envy and protective behaviors. So what are the practical implications? For organizations, 1. Implement generationally aware management strategies. Number 2. Design different motivational approaches for different age groups. Number 3. create cross-generational mentoring programs. Number 4, develop age-inclusive knowledge sharing initiatives. Number 5, build bridges between generational groups. For leaders, number 1, recognize generational differences in handling envy. Number 2, adapt leadership styles to different age groups. Number 3, create opportunities for cross-generational collaboration. Number 4, foster an environment that values both experience and innovation. Number 5, implement fair systems that acknowledge different generational values. For employees, number 1, understand your generational tendencies. Number 2, learn from other generational perspectives. Number 3, build cross-generational relationships. Number 4, recognize and challenge your own age-related biases. And number 5, focus on complementary strengths rather than competitive differences. Part 4. Practical strategies for managing workplace envy. Let's explore evidence-based strategies for managing workplace envy effectively, drawing from the research findings that I've shared. Individual strategies. Taking control of your envy. Number 1, self-awareness and recognition. Now, research by Lee and colleagues shows that recognizing and understanding your envy is the first crucial step. Here's how. Keep a workplace emotion journal. Monitor your reactions to colleagues' successes. Identify your specific envy triggers. Notice patterns in your behavioral responses. Regularly assess your knowledge sharing habits. Number 2, transforming malicious to benign envy. Su and Chen found that envy can be redirected positively through reframing competitions as learning opportunities, setting personal development goals, creating action plans for skill improvement, building mentor relationships, focusing on self-improvement rather than comparison. Number 3, professional development focus. According to Gonzalez, Navarro, and colleagues, successful employees channel envy into specific skill development plans, active networking initiatives, knowledge-seeking behaviors, collaborative projects, and career development opportunities. For leaders and managers, research by Tai and colleagues identifies key leadership strategies that help manage workplace envy. Number 1, creating a supportive environment. Implement transparent promotion criteria. Establish clear performance metrics. Create equal growth opportunities. Recognize diverse contributions. And foster collaborative rather than competitive atmospheres. Number 2, managing knowledge sharing. Create formal knowledge sharing platforms. Reward knowledge sharing behaviors. Implement mentoring programs. Encourage cross-training. Develop team-based projects. Number 3, building psychological safety. Promote open communication. Address conflicts promptly. Create fair recognition systems. Encourage constructive feedback. And support professional development. Organizational level strategies. The meta-analysis by Lee and colleague suggests these organizational approaches. Number 1, cultural development. Foster a growth mindset culture. Promote collaborative achievement. Create inclusive recognition systems. Establish fair reward structures. And encourage positive competition. Number 2, system implementation. Develop clear career pathways. Create transparent promotion processes. Implement fair resource allocation. Establish objective performance measures. Design inclusive development programs. Number 3, environmental factors. Create physical spaces that encourage collaboration. Implement rotation programs. Develop cross-functional teams. Design shared success matrix. And build community-oriented workspaces. Some practical tips for immediate implementation. Now, based on research, here are 5 actions you can take today. Number 1, start a success learning journal. Document what you learn from others' achievements. Number 2, schedule regular career development conversations with your supervisor. Number 3, initiate knowledge sharing sessions with colleagues. Number 4, join or create a peer support group. Number 5, develop a personal growth plan focusing on your unique strengths. Part 5. Final insights and practical takeaways. As we wrap up today's episode, let's consolidate our understanding of workplace envy with actionable insights that you can implement immediately. Key takeaways for all employees. Number 1, understanding your envy response. Regularly assess your emotional reactions. Consider your generational perspective. Monitor your knowledge sharing behaviors. Evaluate your growth orientation and check your collaborative tendencies. Number 2, professional development action plan. Based on research by Lee and colleagues, it is good to set specific growth objectives, identify role models and mentors, create learning opportunities, build cross-generational relationships, develop new competencies. Number 3, building resilience against malicious envy. Practice emotional regulation. Focus on personal benchmarks. Maintain perspective. Cultivate supportive relationships and engage in continuous learning. For organizations and leaders, number 1, creating an envy-resilient culture. Implement transparent systems. Foster collaborative environments. Recognize diverse contributions. Support knowledge sharing. And promote cross-generational learning. Number 2, preventive measures. Regular employee feedback. Fair promotion systems. Clear career pathways. Balanced recognition programs. And inclusive growth opportunities. Remember these key points. Number 1, envy isn't inherently negative. It's how we channel it that matters. Number 2, understanding whether you are experiencing benign or malicious envy is crucial. Number 3, different generations may experience and express envy differently. Both individuals and organizations play a role in managing workplace envy. And number 5, the right strategies can transform envy into a catalyst for growth. I'd love to hear about your experiences with workplace envy. How do you handle it when a colleague gets the promotion you wanted? What strategies have worked for you in transforming malicious envy into benign envy? Please share your stories with us. You can reach us at email, sitechat@omnisci.com, or X at sitechat_chat. Use the hashtag sitechatNV. You have been listening to Site Chat. This podcast is brought to you by Omnisci Consulting. We are a team of psychologists with a wealth of experience working with individuals, teams, and organizations in coaching, executive selection, assessment and development, career transitioning, and workplace intervention. Omnisci Consulting exists to solve the critical issues facing our clients, both large and small. Our approach is to tailor-make each service to meet the requirements of our clients. Our broad range of services and solutions helps individuals and organizations to facilitate change, achieve their vision, and optimize performance and productivity.